I did not know that my post or my on-air stuff here has been posted to YouTube after I am done. So this is titled "Ode to Davehead." This is a vlog to my brother, or this is a broadcast goes out to my brother David. He is the greatest guy in the whole world. He started out as my best friend when we were like 8. I was sleeping over at his house, and everybody we were like having a sleepover, and sorry, I keep umming. Makes me sound stupid, but I'm not stupid though. Okay. So we were at a sleepover, and everybody was passed out. There was like 3 or 4 of us guys, and my brother and me. Well, it wasn't my brother at my time; he was just a friend. And they were all passed out in the bedroom on the floors, and we were all camping out and stuff. And everybody passed out, and I was the only one that couldn't sleep because I've always, like my whole life, had a hard time sleeping at night. I've always been an insomniac. And so I was sitting up, and I couldn't sleep. So I sat by the window. It was a nice starry night and stuff. I sat by the window, and I started praying to God. I'm like, God, I'm very lonely, and I'm very sad. And I had like this like half-hour to hour conversation with God, talking to him about how I could use a really good friend to help me through life. And it would be very important if I could get one soon. But unbeknownst to me, I did not know this, but my friend at the time, Davehead, was awake, or I woke him up or something, and he heard me praying to God and talking to God, and from I guess how the story goes, he heard my prayers and said, you know what? I am gonna be this guy's best friend. And we have been best friends ever since. He has been the awesomest guy in the whole world. He's been there through thick and thin. We've been in our fights. We've had some hard times. We've been through some stupid stuff. And we've been through some really good times too. Like growing up with him was some of the craziest stuff in the world, dude. We did some crazy bat crap crazy stuff. I would tell like some of the stories, but I don't want to make them like, I don't know. Some of them would be publicly known, and I don't know. I don't know. But we've been through some really cool stuff. He's always loved me. Like, and then, yeah, let me tell you about how we became brothers. It was really cool. Like, we were best friends for, like, a long time. And my brother David called me his brother for, like, ever. All the time. Just called me his brother. And I always called him my best friend. For when we were younger. And then when I was, like, 17, he's, like 2 years younger than me. And, when I was 17, my mom moved out of state. My biological mom moved out of state. And, let me do a little bit of backstory. Let's wind up. And, back when I was like 8, my biological mom, was having a hard time with me with her boyfriend. And, day before Christmas. And was trying to pawn me off onto my adopted grandma. And asked my adopted grandma if she could take me for a couple months or a couple months, because my mom's boyfriend was having a hard time with me. I was bipolar and schizoaffective and stuff, and they didn't have me diagnosed with all that back then. But so my mom's boyfriend didn't like me, and I irritated the crap out of him, and I was driving him crazy. And my mom was trying to get through a holiday without one of her boyfriends going nuts and leaving, because I was a little demon child and stuff, and so she asked my grandma, could you watch Denny for a while? And my grandma's like, well, how long? And my mom was like, for a couple months. And my grandma was like, well, that's a long time. So on the side note, my adopted mom is in the background listening to all this. And my grandma says, well, what about Christmas? It's the day before Christmas. Do you have any presents for him to open? And my mom, this makes me cry to this day. My mom says, well, he's too old for that. I'm 8 years old, people. And my mom says I'm too old for Christmas presents. Is that not crazy? But my mom's not a terrible person. She's a great woman now. We went through some hard times growing up and stuff. But still, anyways. So, my adopted mom is a strange woman. I don't know her. In the background. And she steps up and says to my biological mom, what if I took Denny for that time? Would you mind if I watched her? My mom was like, sure. She didn't care who took me, as long as I was out of her hair so her boyfriend wouldn't go nuts. And so she took me in, and she took some of the presents from the other kids that were unisex or whatever, and gave them to me, so I had some presents to open. And I spent Christmas with my best friend family as an 8-year-old, and that's how I got to know them. And she's been my adopted mom, and God sent in a blessing and made me into the man that I am today. And along with that came my best friend and brother David. So back, we're in the past, but back to the future past we go. So I'm 17, and my biological mom moves to South Carolina, and she leaves me to my own demise because I'm 17. She says I'm old enough, I need to be a man, make my own way in the world, yada, yada, yada. And I was in high school, and I needed a legal guardian, and my adopted mom, she steps up, and she's like, all right, I will adopt you legally, and you will be my son. And it was funny because me and my brother David, I call him my best friend at the time, always said, wouldn't it be cool if we could be brothers? And so his mom adopted me, and we actually became brothers, and we've been brothers ever since. And he is the greatest guy in the world. He's a hard worker. He's an amazing dude. He busts his butt every day for a company that doesn't appreciate him. And he loves his family with all of his heart and does his best to make sure they're happy and well taken care of. And he is the greatest guy in the whole world, from my standpoint. The greatest guy ever. And I love him very much. So I wanted to do this post as a ode to my brother Davehead, the bestest guy in the whole world. Who I'm waiting for to get on soon, which I play with almost every night on PlayStation, because we live miles apart. But that's cool. Anyway, so there you go, David. There's our little a little snippet of our life together and put it out in the real world. And I hope you do not get mad at me for putting it out there. I just wanted to tell the world how great you are. I love you. And I don't know how long the broadcast is. And I guess that'll be it. I can't wait for you to get on, David. I love you. I said it too soon. Crap. Okay, I love you.